Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to One Hub Racing here for round number 6 of the season. We are, of course, heading to the Red Bull Ring for the Austrian Grand Prix. My name is, of course, Michael Edwards, going to be taking you through the action, and joining alongside me in the commentary box is the one, is the only, it is Omi Combs. Omi, how are you doing, my friend?
Hello, Michael Edwards. Hope you are all doing well. It is time to go racing at Austria. I cannot wait for this one to begin. It's a sprint race, so we only get the sprint and the main race, no qualifying, so it's straight into the racing action. Cannot wait for this one to get underway. A circuit where you get plenty of action, 3 DRS and short circuit. I think we're going to be in for quite a lot of action in this race.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, being that it is the second sprint race of the season, of course, the sprint race points oh my god, words. The sprint race point accumulation in the sprint race, and that's a big word for me. That's a very big word. Pat on the back for me. First place gets 12 points, second place gets 11, third place gets 10, fourth place gets 9, and it goes down in increments of 1 all the way down to 12th place that gets 1 singular point. There is no fastest lap points for the sprint race, and then of course in the feature race the points are as regular: 20 points for first, 17 points for second, third is 14 points, and you got 12 points for fourth, and then 10 points for fifth, 8 points for sixth, and then seventh gets 6 points, and then it goes down in increments of 1 to 12th place that gets 1 singular point. And of course, looking at Austria in question, of course, 3 DRS zones, one down at turn 1 into turn 3, and of course in towards turn number 4, does provide an interesting race, because it's very difficult to break DRS around this circuit. But if you do break DRS, then you are absolutely golden around this 4.3 kilometer, 2.6 mile circuit in length, 10 corners, 3 to the left and 7 to the right. And Omi, obviously the sprint race is going to be up first. It is only a 12 laps, and of course we got a 36 lap feature race. How do we think this is going to go?
As I've already mentioned, I think it's going to be incredibly exciting. I think we're going to be in for plenty of action. I think once again in the sprint and the main race we're going to have a last lap battle, and I think we're going to be in for plenty of racing, and maybe here and there a tiny bit of contact, but I think it's going to be super exciting all the way through, so cannot wait for it to begin.
Absolutely. So before we go ahead and even head out to the action and everything on track, let's have a look at the standings. Of course, after his race victory last week, Axlock has a 35-point lead at the top of the standings. He's currently on 90 points. The man in second place is Waitsy. Of course, managed to pick up 11th last time out, and there's 65 points for Waitsy. Ramef on 63 points, and then you got Redmat on 62 points. Lukey on 56 points and 51 points for Cam Keyman in 6th place. Bretta in 7th on 51 points, and got 43 points for 8th place man Miami. Lawrence in 9th on 35 points, with 33 points going to Specialist. And of course we got Ali B in 11th on 23, 19 points for Donut. Quinn on 18 points in 13th. Then of course we got Jordan on 17 points in 14th. Cam Rules in 15 points, 15th place on 15 points. So a nice bit of symmetry right there for the Welshman. Funky in 16th place on 10 points, and of course we got 8 points for Justin. 17th, 6 points for Tristan in 18th. Same with Wace in 19th, also on 6 points. And then ERT Thomas, the only man who has negative points, he is on -2 points. And of course what that does mean, if we look at the constructors standings, just wanted to jump over, there we go. It's the Scuderia Ferraris that lead the way in the constructors. They're on 121 points, with McLaren F1 breathing down their necks on 114, 7 points separating the top 2 teams. And of course we got the Haas F1 team 1 point behind the McLaren team on 113 points. 108 points for the Red Bull Racing team in 4th place. And then we have a big gap back then to the Alfa Romeos in 5th on 58 points. 48 points for Alpines in 6th. The Alpha Tauris on 41 points in 7th place. Then in 8th place we have Williams on 25, who are tied with Mercedes AMG Petronas in 9th place, also on 25 points, and of course we have 16 points for the team in 10th place, and that is of course the Aston Martin F1 team. So of course, looking at the standings, I mean, still very close in the constructors, but I mean, in the drivers' championship, Axlock has a real stranglehold over the championship as it currently stands. Gwen.
Absolutely.
Hobby.
Well, we're gonna have Quinn racing as well, but not in the commentary box. You're stuck with me instead. Yeah, absolutely. So the standings looking really interesting, and we mentioned Ferrari, of course. We've mentioned them all throughout the season, especially on Australia, when we mentioned how strong the team could be. It's of course showing as well in the standings, because the lineup's been incredible of Lukey and Waitsy, both very talented and quick drivers. So it definitely does show in the standings.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we would like to also put a massive thank you out to our sponsors and our partners here at One Hub Racing. Of course, to our sponsors at Next Level Racing, of course, as to Aztec, as well as Pure Sim Gear, and of course to our partners at Vespertin, of course Elite Racing Team, ERT, and of course to Sim Grid, of course, who provided us with the standings that we just went through just moments ago. Obviously leading into this race as well, obviously, I mean, in terms of the rivalry, I mean, we've got a bit of a rivalry going on between Axlock and Redmat. Of course, Redmat over the course of the season arguably could have been a lot higher up in the championship, but he's had unfortunate race after unfortunate race so far this season. But obviously he is trying to get himself back into it. But we got questions coming in from both Axlock and Redmat. We asked Axlock, you seem to have the pace over the rest of the grid so far this season. Can you keep this amazing consistency up? Furthermore, you've had some amazing battles with Redmat this season. Do you consider Redmat a serious challenger to you this season, or do you think you have him covered? Axlock responds saying, I hope I can keep up the consistency. It'll be tough with the reverse grid and engine penalties coming, but I'll give it my best for sure. Yeah, I think Redmat is a serious challenger. He's often at times faster than me, like in Australia. He is trailing by quite a few points thanks to him missing a round. Hopefully I can attend every remaining race and minimize the damage from reverse grids and engine pens. And of course, when we put the question to Redmat, we asked Redmat, you are one of the fastest drivers in the P2 tier. Do you think missing round 4 could cost you a chance to challenge Axlock for the title, or do you think you can catch him? Redmat responds saying, oh, 100%. Unfortunately, can't control life outside of the league. Plus me under more pressure with me due to miss yet another race this season at least. It is vital I perform on every track I make. Axlock is a great driver and seems to have an answer for everything at the moment. If the title fails, me and my teammate can at least challenge for the constructors. Axlock seems to be carrying Red Bull at the moment. And then of course in the end saying, just to add, it is great to even be considered for the title given my woes last season. Feels great to be at the front again. So see a little bit of talking back and forth between the pair of them. Obviously Redmat going to be missing another race at least, but he has shown that he is a guy that can accumulate those big points. And of course, as we mentioned, reverse grids, and it's what we're going to be getting into right now. Of course, I believe the sprint race is reverse championship order grid, and they have just readied up, so we'll be transferring ourselves over to the action out on track in just a moment's time. But yeah, an interesting rivalry brewing between Axlock and Redmat. They have battled each other quite a bit this season so far.
They definitely have battled each other quite a lot this season as well, and we might be seeing more today and of course throughout the rest of the season. So we're going to be getting into the sprint race now. We'll go into loading screen and then we can get underway basically as soon as possible, because when a driver ready's up, then there's 30 seconds and we don't get to find out, and the lights will just start coming on. So it all goes by incredibly quickly, but now we're going to be into the loading procedure. It's already a very chaotic start, of course. No qualifying.
Oh!
Yes, no qualifying, of course. So it's straight away into the racing action.
Yeah, and the heavens have opened here in Austria. Honestly, this feels like home to me right now. This feels like home. As it is absolutely throwing cats and dogs out there in the conditions. Obviously here in Austria, absolutely pouring it down. Obviously the press conference as well. I mean, we didn't mention it, but we will quickly mention it. Of course, press conference. We got to have a word with one of the drivers here in P2, of course, specialist. Your form as of late has been very consistent with 5th and 4th in the last few races. Do you think you will keep up this form for the rest of the season? And how do you rate your chances of fighting at the top few positions in the championship? Specialist response saying, I don't think I can keep up these results. To be fair, I think it'll be track specific, and some tracks I like more than others. So hope for good results here and there. Top positions in the championship will be hard. I always try to finish in the top 10, and I'm happy I'm never the quickest in P2 tier, but never the slowest. I'd say P10 is a reflection of where I stand in the tier, as I'm in it nearly every season. So, I mean, Specialist obviously downplaying his consistency, but he has been Mr. Consistent throughout this season, and obviously previous seasons as well. Of course, we remember last season, of course, he was also Mr. Consistent.
He definitely was as well. So, and also being consistent is very key in this championship, and definitely is going to get you higher up in the overall standing. So, and it could mean, if you want to be the champion, being consistent is very, very key in deed. But then, of course, you also try get those higher results.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the higher the result, the more points you're going to get, and the better chance you have of being crowned P2 champion. And if you and your teammate are bringing in the points together, the better your chances are of becoming the P2 Constructors champions. Of course, we are still here waiting to get underway in the sprint race. Of course, 12 laps to for these drivers to navigate around this fantastic Spielberg Red Bull Ring circuit. And let's see, it's with the rain being as heavy as it is on me, it's going to be treacherous to these guys.
It's going to be incredibly treacherous, as you mentioned. It's going to be very difficult for all of them, and the 3DRS we talked about, they won't be in use with the weather like this as well, so there'll not be any DRS, so you're gonna have to make the moves the old-fashioned way. But I think we'll be getting quite a lot of moves, because a lot of drivers will make mistakes and run wide. But here we go.
Yep, here we go to those 5 red lights. Lights out, and we are underway here in the sprint race in P2. And oh, that is an interesting call for Umbrella on the intermediates. Everyone else on full wet compound tyres is into turn 1. We got Jordan and Cam Rules side by side. Look at that, they're all bunching up, and the rain is absolutely causing chaos here, as I think these cars need to have need an oar at the moment, because it's absolutely drenched out there as it's free ride through turn 3. We got a Red Bull of Quinn sneaking through down the inside, and he's just made a triple overtake in one corner.
Absolutely, Artem Markelov style as well, making his way all the way up to third though, and they're still battling as well, as it's Cam Rules up against Jordan, who's late on the brakes. It's Cam Rules and Miami battling as well, and contact, and Cam Rules is off, and so is Miami.
No, Miami managed to avoid it. It was Cam Rules, I think collecting Cam K, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, it was Jordan Lanes that got collected in that. Apologies there, guys. So yeah, Jordan and Cam Rules falling down the order absolutely massively. Quinn up in the third now, as you got Justin over the back of Tristan here for the race lead. Obviously, Red Matt making his way up the order. He's up in P6 right now. Axlock into P7 as well. So obviously the two rivals there. We got both of the McLaren drivers doing well, both inside the top 10. Also of Ramif ahead of Breda. Ali B in P10 just overtaking Specialist here, as we just had a change for the race lead between Tristan and Justin, and looks like Tristan is going to get overtaken by Quinn, as well as Miami will be the next one to get through on him, as Red Matt and Lawrence are battling out in behind. And look at that for the rear view of Miami here, the side by side through turn 3, and it looks like Red Matt has just about got that done.
Absolutely, one chaotic opening lap. Here comes Lawrence up against Red Matt. Red Matt tries to squeeze him, but Lawrence gets on the line. They're battling up ahead as well. Yep. To Miami up against Tristan, who's dropping down the order.
Yeah, Miami looking to get through on Tristan there. They were side by side. It was 2x2 like Noah's Ark. And honestly, it's appropriate we mentioned that, because right now I think they do need that boat that Noah built himself, and you know, to navigate around the circuit like this in these conditions. But look at this, Miami unable to get through on Tristan. Red Matt and Axlock both through on Lawrence now. And this is going to be incredibly spicy, as Red Matt's been slowed down. Look at Axlock down the inside in the final corner. Axlock down the inside. Is he going to be able to get this done? Oh, will Red Matt have the better traction on the exit? And he does have the better traction on the exit. But now, look at Lawrence trying to hang it around the outside now of Axlock, the championship leader. And Axlock got a little bit too much under the curb there, as Lawrence drives off the track. It's a 3-second time penalty. Same with Tristan. And I think Axlock, very fortunate that he managed to keep his car on track, as we got a Specialist down the inside of Ramif here for P8 in this race, as these guys are battling side by side all over the place. It's very difficult right now to keep up with any battle, because it's like 5 different battles going on at once.
Yeah, there's so many different drivers trying to make moves absolutely everywhere, as well as Ramit gives a little tap to Specialist. And here comes Axelot trying to get past Tristan all the way around the outside. Is he going to be brave? It's in the wet conditions. He's going to try and get on the power. They will remain side by side. Tristan is all out of shape on the inside. That allows Axelot to make his way all the way around the outside. He gets through, and Specialist is going to try and get past Tristan, who once again was a tiny bit wide to Tristan. Really struggling here at the start of this race. Having started on pole, he's dropping down to 8th, might be 9th, because here comes Abby as well.
Yeah, and just to point out as well, in terms of the engine penalties as well, I mean, we did mention it a little bit earlier, but engine penalties today for Ali B and Nero Specialist, and Specialist now up in the P7, Ali B up in the P8. So I mean, they got that they got the penalties out, that engine penalty out of the way nice and early on. And let's have a look at the position changes. Who are the biggest gainers, who are the biggest losers? And right now, Specialist is the biggest gainer, up 9 places. Axlock up 8 places. Ali B up 7 spots. Red Matt up 9 spots as well. So he's also one of the biggest gainers. And our biggest loser so far is Cam Rules, down 12 spots, as Jordan and Donnet are both down 10.
Yeah, absolutely. As there we see running a bit wide, Berra on the intermediates. He decided to go a tiny bit different. Tristan still out of shape. Here comes Lukey as well, getting his way through. Not only, possibly as well, he's trying to get past Ali B. I was about to say, not only on Tristan, maybe Ali B, but he couldn't get past Ali B. Cam K Mum's past Tristan. Jordan's past Tristan. He's dropping down the order massively there as well. And still, Jordan tries to get this move done. He does get the move done there, and Axelot is going to be applying the pressure on Lawrence. Tries to go around the outside, backs out of it at turn number 9. He knows there's 3 straights coming up. We've got yellow flags out for Cam Rules, I should say, who has spun around. But Justin, I should say, is absolutely dominating this race. 5.8 seconds to Quinn.
Yeah, Justin managed to keep his head while everyone else is kind of bunched up and been caught in each other's little half spins and little moments. And that's allowed Justin to really stretch his legs out in front, as we're on board with Specialist having a little look down the inside of Lawrence. Oh. And that was, I mean, respect to Lawrence here, because obviously Lawrence he was clear enough ahead that he probably could have got the car stopped and turned in a bit earlier than that, but unable to really get the turning that he would have wanted. Obviously put him under a bit of pressure, but Specialist still there side by side with him. As you mentioned, Axlock again having a big moment as well, and he's now behind Ramith.
Yep, having a half spin there through turn number 3. A Specialist gets past Lawrence, easy pass there for him as they all currently make their way through cam rules once again going round, and now we're going to have a great battle for second going on. Quinn currently is in second position, being chased by Red Matt, and Miami's trying to get up onto the back of the battle there as well.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting if Red Matt gets through on Quinn, and then he can begin his charge on Justin. The interesting thing I just wanted to point out, obviously, Brenner down in last place right now. Obviously, just came into the pits upon a fresh set of Inders again, and the Inders did not work for him before he came into the pits. And Red Matt now down the inside of Quinn, and looks like he's going to get that position done, but it's not over yet, as Quinn is trying to fight back and may actually have the straight line speed to fight back as we head down in towards turn number 4, and looks like Red Matt will just about have this covered. Oh, bit of contact there between Quinn and Red Matt, but Red Matt's through up in the P2, and now he can begin his hunt on Justin. But what I was going to say, obviously, Brenner went different from the rest of the grid. He chucked on a set of Inters at the start. They didn't work for him. He's come back into the pits and he's put on another set of intermediate tyres, and appears to not really be gaining rapidly on the guys up ahead.
Yep, definitely appears to be the case right now as well. And now Quinn is going to have Miami giving chase as Ali B gets past his teammate Lawrence. Cam Kimum gets past Lukey, and Lukey backs out of it, thinking better of it. Axelok past Ramit because Ramit's into the pit lane, so that is why he's been able to get past as Tristan picks up a penalty.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what tyres Ramit goes on. Does he follow suit with his teammate and chucks on a set Inders? Because I'm not going to lie, those Inders do not look like they are working that well right now. And yet, Ramit straight on to the Inders. Let's have a look at this gap to the leader between Brenner and Justin here. And the gap is 43.2 seconds. It is coming down slightly, but I don't know, it's not...
Ooh.
It's not enough, is it? It's not really gaining much at the moment.
Lawrence going wide off the road there, but he's been able to continue on just about, and he's also picked up a time penalty. Miami still trying to get past Quinn, doing all he can to try and get past Quinn now.
Yeah, Miami really putting the pressure on Quinn here in this race. Axlock, he managed to get himself up in the P6 in this race, but it's one thing being in that position right now. Whether you'll be there at the end of this sprint race, we do not know. It seems that Axlock is really struggling in these conditions around this circuit.
Definitely seems to be the case right now, as Lawrence is diving into the pit lane. So it seems like more drivers are jumping on the intermediate. Let's see if he's going to jump on the intermediates, but surely if he is coming into the pit lane, he will be making the decision, as here comes Miami on Quinn.
Here comes Miami on Quinn indeed. However, I would like to point out that in terms of time gain, it doesn't even look like Brenner has even gained much time on anyone. He's still 43.1 off the back of the race leader. And you got Ramif now, the lead intermediate runner. He's 34 seconds off the back of the race leader. And normally, Justin isn't at the front of the races. So, I mean, I don't know what Justin's had for his breakfast today, but Justin is absolutely flying right now, and a rare treat for us to see Justin leading this race.
It definitely is a bit of a rare treat for us, but definitely one that is great to see, and exactly why we've introduced the reverse sprint, reverse championship order grid, to give drivers who might not be usually at the front of the field, allowing them a chance to fight at the front of the field as well, as we make our way out of the final corner and down towards turn 1 right now, with Axelot behind Specialist, so he could try to make a move. And Quinn's gone off the road as well, so Specialist might make a move, and Quinn's been given a 3-second time penalty, and Specialist using ERS, and Quinn a bit more lower on ERS than Specialist. They go down to the braking zone. Miami has missed the braking zone. It seems like a lot of drivers struggling to get it slowed down, of course, in these very treacherous conditions. We start getting a tiny bit better, but still the intermediates are not working in the way the drivers would have wanted to, as Lawrence is out of the race and Axelot's diving to the inside.
Yeah, and look at Specialist here, absolutely Tokyo drift through turn 4. The back end stepping out of him as they still remain side by side. Axlock and Specialist here. As Specialist going to try and hold it on the inside. Axlock all the way around the outside. And a big snap from Axlock, and that means that Specialist holds on to P5.
Yep, absolutely it does. Indeed then, as they currently still push on and make their way through now, and Justin still continues to have a 6.8 second lead, so he's pushing on even more, so he's absolutely flying, as you mentioned. And let's see, is Jordan going to be able to try and make a move on Lukey, as we've had some yellows gone back to green flagged now though on lap 10 of this race, and Axelock might even try to fight back on the back of Specialist.
Yeah, better run out of turn 1 there for Axlock. Gets the traction that he needs and the confidence to really go for that move into turn 3 when it's clearly a tricky braking zone in these conditions. So these drivers, an incredibly tricky one.
Yep, absolutely. As they make their way through then, and we currently see Specialist still 2/10 back, and now we also still have Ali B just keeping Lukey and Jordan all behind, and Ramit finally starting to gain on a driver, but it's Tristan who's been struggling unfortunately all race long, and still the intermediate's not working the way that they fully would have wanted to, and number 11 of the race, the gamble has not paid off for the intermediate compound of tyres.
Yeah, absolutely not. I think if Brenner didn't come in for the pits for a second time, obviously, sorry, if he didn't come into the pits initially, he would have been a lot better placed to fight back late in this race. But he might have had a bit of damage that forced him into the pits. But yeah, I mean, if Brenner didn't need a pit, I mean, those indents would be coming alive right now for him, and I would assume he'd be a good margin ahead of the likes of Ramith here in this race.
Yep, absolutely. There, and if he didn't pit, it could have been a different race for him right now, and a much more enjoyable one, because you can see he's starting to gain, but now it's too late, because you're about to see Justin make his way onto the final lap. So if Barra didn't pit, if Barra didn't pit at all, then it could have been a higher finish for him. But Justin makes his way onto the final lap, and now we look to Cam K Mamas. That's the closest battle right now on the circuit, to see if he can take 6th place away right to the end.
I mean, it's not just these two are not just fighting for 6th place; they're fighting for 5th. Quinn with that 3-second time penalty will drop behind both of them as it currently stands, and both of these guys are now fighting for a top 5 finish in the sprint race. And Specialist, we know Specialist will fight this tooth and nail. It's going to be a case of how bad does Cam K Mum want this P5 here. But it doesn't matter, because look at that, Specialist runs a little bit deep, slides on through on the apex, and just runs so far deep, and yeah, absolutely just aquaplaning at that point, deep into turn 3, but was able to hold it just ahead of Cam K. Cam K down the inside in turn number 4, as they come now into the heart of the middle sector, and the corner is now beginning to get a little bit tricky, as Cam K is going to try and hold it around the outside of Specialist here. Through the middle sectors, we go through 6 and 7 in towards turn number 8 now, as Justin does take the race win, cross the line. Fantastic race from him, no issues, just had great pace and stayed out of everyone else's issues, and that is how you win races, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you win races. Red Mac comes through to pick up P2 with Miami in P4. Sorry, in P3. Axlock in P4 with Specialist in P5, Cam K P6. Quinn will come through in P7 with that 3-second time penalty. Donut P8, Lukey P9, Ali B in P10. Ramef will collect 2 points down in P11. And then, of course, Donut on the line. Donut on the line takes away the final point paying position from Tristan. I was about to say Tristan picks up that final place, but in fact, Brenner picks up.
interesting all the way till the end there as well. And 12 laps of pure action, and it sees Justin come out on top. So great stuff by him, and I think he'll be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Justin will be absolutely thrilled and ecstatic about the result he's just got here right now. And of course, it will give him confidence in going into the main race, as well as Axel gets driver of the day as voted for by the in-game fans. We'll tell you our driver of the day later at the end of the race. But yeah, in sprint qualifying, it is of course Justin that does take the race win ahead of Red Matt in second place, with Miami in third, Axel there in fourth place with Specialist in P5. P6 goes away at Cam K Man with 7th place, going to I'm bad at F1 Quinn, you're not bad at all Quinn, you're not bad at all, nice P7. Jordan Lane's in 8th place with Lukey in 9th, and of course we had Addy B rounding out the top 10. Outside the top 10 we had Ramith in 11th, Brenner in 12th, Donna in 13th, Tristan in 14th, Cam Rules in 15th, and our only non-finisher was Lawrence, who will be starting all the way down in 16th place for this main race. Omi.
Yeah.
Incredibly dominant performance in the sprint by Justin. Do you think he's going to have what it takes to go ahead and capitalize on that even more as we head into the feature race?
I think absolutely. I think he's definitely going to give him a bit of a confidence boost, and I think he'll be incredibly. And I think he'll have a pretty good race today. Hopefully, he can make quite a lot of overtakes, and we'll get plenty of action by him and a lot of overtaking.
I mean, I hope, for Justin's sake, I don't think he'll be hoping for any kind of overtaking. I think he'll just be hoping for a clean getaway and pull a 1 second gap that he needs. But of course, conditions here are very different to the sprint race. It is, the sun is out now, so no more of those pesky rain clouds in the skies causing a bit of carnage. These guys are going to be able to focus on the track ahead of them now, and now we're going to see who has the best pace around here, because now we're in the dry.
Absolutely, and yeah, I was thinking for the about the championship for second as he's at the back of the championship. But yeah, he'll be at the front of the field, so he'll be hoping for absolutely no overtaking at all, and he'll be hoping for the most boring race, dominating from out front, just like he did in the sprinters. He'll be hoping for it in the feature now as well, but it's a bit more complicated in this with 2 stops mandatory as well.
Absolutely, as you mentioned, mandatory 2 stop in this race. These guys, I mean, normally around here, you do see the hards come out to play in a full 50%, because normally people just make the 1 pit stop. But with it having 2 pit stops now, potentially you got 2 fresh set of medium tires there. So I mean, we're gonna see a soft, medium, soft, a soft, medium. We're going to see a soft, medium, or some variation of either 2 medium tires or 2 soft tires. I can't see the hards being used at all in this race unless someone has an instant very early on and just decides to go to the end of the race. But I mean, the way it's looking right now, I'll see with the tires, these guys could have 2 fresh set of intermediates, and they'll have a lot of fresh set of soft tires available to them as well.
Yep, absolutely. As well, so here we go then, we're about to get underway.
Yep, to the 5 red lights we go. Lights are out and we are underway. A good initial launch there for Red Matt, and he already gets himself down the inside in towards turn number 1, as you got Axel looking through on Miami as well. Cam K in the back defending from Quinn for P6, but a great start there from Red Matt. Axel getting a good start as well, getting the jump on Miami that he needed as a specialist. Oh, small little bit of contact in the back of Miami, but able to hold on to P5 ahead of Cam K for the time being. Lukey down there in P8 trying to make his way up the order with Brenner as well in P9. A good start from Brenner as well to get himself up the order a little bit, as Cam K and Specialist side by side, wheel to wheel, as they come through the heart of the middle sector now in towards turn 6, and of course into turn number 7 and 8 coming up ASAP right here. As Specialist holds on to P5. Looks like Donna has gone for a spin, a half spin of sorts in the back. And right now, this is why I'm interested in seeing, right, Omi? This is why I'm interested in seeing. I'm interested in seeing how the likes of Luki, Brenna, and Ramith are going to get on trying to carve their way for this field. Because their pace normally is good enough to be at the front. And they're in the mid pack right now. Like, they are firmly planted in the midfield.
Yep, absolutely. As well, right now, as you see, Specialist on the mediums, but still trying to attack. As here goes Axelot trying to get past Justin as well. They'll be side by side as Justin tries to defend, but it seems like the Red Bull is going to be able to make the move. So Axelot moves up to second position. Justin down to third as well, and we have some battling between Lukey, who's trying to go round the outside of Quinn. That won't work. He'll try do the up and under, try get better traction off the corner and take the position. It looks like he should have it, as we will go down to turn number 6 all the way around the outside. He'll keep it on the road and he'll take 7th.
Yeah, bringing this up here from Lukey up in the P7 now, as he can go hunting after Specialist. Looking at the tyre compound to all the drivers out there. Mediums for Specialist and Tristan. Everyone else on a set of soft tyres. And I said I don't think we will see this tyre at all. But Cam Rose is coming to the pits and putting a set of hard compound tyres.
Yeah, so he has decided to put on the hard compound of tyres, as well as now we have DRS open for the first time today. Of course, the 3 DRS zones now are going to be active, and of course we're going to start to see some DRS trains where Berra is going to try and get past Quinn. He's going to try and have a go up the inside line late on the brakes. He should have that position where he does have that position, and he moves up to 8th. And Ali B is going to try and get past with a bit of ERS being used there, and Quinn dropping down a couple of positions, but up, and there's going to be contact around.
Yeah, I think Quinn just left his nose in there a bit too long, and I mean, he wasn't alongside for the corner. It was a bit of a lunge from Quinn, but I mean, it's not what you want to see if you're a Red Bull fan or just a fan of Quinn in general. I mean, his game attack says he's bad at F1. We obviously know he's not bad at F1, but that was a bad mistake from him there.
Absolutely. As well, Cam Rules came in cause of damage, and we of course had Ramit picking up a tiny bit of damage. He's currently in 10th, and he's currently off the road as well, but he's rejoined now, and we'll soon start to see some DRS moves coming into play, especially by Axelok. That's Luki super down the brakes, almost into the back of Specialist there, just about Boyd's hitting way down towards turn number 4 with the leaders, and Specialist could try and make a move as well on Cam K Mum, as we of course have the train with the leaders. Then we have the second train that goes down.
Yep, P5 down to P12, all in a train with each other. Of course, we've got the top 4 in a train with each other as well. And obviously, the leaders in both of these trains are the Haas F1 drivers. And of course, we're looking at the team championships as we did earlier. I mean, Haas are really, they really got a consistent pair of drivers here to try and really get themselves a Constructors' Championship here.
They do indeed as well then, as we make our way onto the straight once again. And here comes Axelok. He's going to now try and take the race lead away from Red Matt, who will be late on the brakes. And Red Matt is going to hold on to the position because Axelok was wide, but they'll continue to go side by side down towards turn number 4. And it looks like we are going to see Red Matt with a position because of DRS.
Yeah, Red Matt gets through up into the race lead once again. And that is how it's done. Make a driver, if he's going to overtake you, put him in an area where he's going to make an error by overtaking. And that is exactly what Red Matt did there. He used DRS to come right back at Axelok, and of course reclaim that P1. But Axelok is determined to really take this fight to Red Matt here on track.
Determined indeed, as we make our way to the final corner once again. And Axelock with mega speed to a point where he's pulling alongside down into turn number 1 there as well, but he's all out of shape, and Justin's there as well, so keep an eye on Justin. And Axelock is now going to recover by using a bit of DRS, and he'll surely take the lead.
Yeah, as he looks to the inside, look at this, Justin's going to try a little peek around the outside, maybe look for a switchback here. Justin, as he tries to get the car straightened up and get on the traction a little bit earlier, it does not work out well for him though, as Red Mat now should probably not be able to get his position back because of the lack of DRS, but look at that, it's allowed Justin to go down the inside of Red Mat here, up in the P2 now goes the ERT, the driver in the AMG Mercedes Petronas F1 team. I suppose Justin, there's Axelock right now back in the race lead once again. It seems to be a sight that we've been familiar with a few times this season. Axelock at the front in the race lead. But will Jordan be enough of a challenge for him in the dry? In the wet, 100% looks like Justin is really comfortable in the wet conditions, but in the dry, it's a whole different story.
It definitely is as well, as we go through turn number 1 and make our way all the way down towards turn number 3 now. And let's see, can we get a move by Justin to take back the lead? But right now, if Axelock does lose the lead, he won't be too mad about it, because it's they're all in the DRS train as well, and specialists join this party. So the drivers outside the top 4 have also jumped in this train, so it's a 9-car train right now for the race lead as well, as we make our way down towards turn number 6, and Justin trying to go back to the position that he started the race in after winning the sprint race earlier on as well. And definitely going to be a big confidence boost for him, for being able to first of all win the sprint, and then also now being able to fight up here with some of the top guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And Justin showing that he's no slouch here in Austria. Currently P2 and sticking onto the back of Axelock here, as Miami into the pits, lap number 8 of 36. Miami into the pits, and there's going to be a fresh set of mediums on for Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. So fresh set of mediums on for him there, as Beres had some issues as he's dropped down the order massively as well. And we'll look back to the front of the field. Here we go with Justin pulling alongside, easy pass into the lead. Goes the Mercedes driver, but Axelock is solid on the brakes, and he's made contact with Justin.
Wow, I only just caught the end of that right there between Axelock and Justin there, but talk us through it, Quinn. What exactly happened in the brake zone there?
Oh, me, by the way. You keep getting me mixed up today with Quinn.
I do comms with Quinn as well. Sorry guys, I can get mixed up in that, and you know, I mean, I've been awake for a long time as well. But Axelock into the race lead as Justin is into the pits. On me, I do apologise, my friend. But what I was going to say is, what exactly happened into the brake zone there? Because I came on at the end of it.
It seemed like Axelock just broke far too late there, and accidentally outbroke himself. So to avoid hitting the back of Justin, he just had to throw onto the inside, and then he managed to just about use Justin as a brake, and luckily both of them didn't get any sort of damage that we can actually see.
It's fortunate for both drivers to get away with that damage-free. Axelock now in the race lead, has Red Mat right behind him for company. Specialists in there as well, Kamke in P4. And then of course we've got Ali B, Lawrence, Jordan and Donut side by side with Tristan here for P8, as they are still wheel to wheel, the Williams and the Aston Martin, as we go in towards turn number 6, and it's still wheel to wheel between the pair of them. Into 7, still wheel to wheel, as we got the side view camera here on Donut's car, and Donut claims that position for himself.
It does, as we see more of the leaders dive right into the pit lane. Specialist continues on, so does Cam K Mum as well. But we have Axelock into the pit lane along with Ali B and Red Mat all diving it in, and Jordan. So a few drivers now starting to pit as well, as Axelock will make his way out.
Yeah, as Justin's going to get through into the net race lead once again, and Axlock almost a second outside of DRS range on Miami. In fact, he is outside that 1 second now, so it looks like this could be a long day now, because Justin has made that undercut work to perfection, and so is Miami. Actually, he's gone himself ahead of Axlock, and obviously Red Matt, who has been jumped by Lukey in the pit thing. So these guys have made the undercut work out to perfection for themselves.
Absolutely, and Miami, he wants to stick with Justin, so he's going to have to make a bold move like that. Up the inside he goes of turn number 6. Is he going to get the position? He is going to get the position, and it's still just about inside 1 second. Now it's going out, so he's going to want to stick with Justin, but Axelock's going to have a bit of closing in to do as Lawrence comes into the pit lane, and so does Barrow.
Yeah, absolutely. The gap between Miami and Justin right now, I believe it was 1.6 seconds, and not 1.2, apologies there, 1.2 seconds between the pair of them. And this is a healthy gap for Justin to have. He just needs to maintain this for the time being.
Absolutely, just trying to maintain it for the time being as well. Then, as we see, Ali B up the inside, and he gets past Red Rat with a tidy pass. He's on the softs as well, so he's got a little bit of extra grip right now at this stage, so he's going to be trying to pull similar moves like that as they make their way through right now with Lukey on the back of Axelock. These need to try to push each other back towards Miami, and Miami's not inside the 1 second of Justin, so Justin's got a 1.3 second advantage as Red Map gets past Ali B. So Ali B may have made a tiny bit of a mistake to lose the position once again.
Yeah, absolutely. As Tristan picks up another 3-second time penalty as Donuts into the picture, lap 12 of 36, and Axlock marginally gonna miss out with DRS here. In fact, no, he's just about got inside the DRS range as he was borderline at that second mark as they approach the DRS activation zone. That's going to give him a little bit of breathing space on Lukey in behind, who is going to be a big threat for the Red Bull man.
Definitely is going to be a tiny bit of a threat as well. And lap number 12 now, out of 36. Still waiting for the top 3 in this race to dive it in to the pit lane. Cam Kim stretching the soft tyres out quite a bit, but let's see if any of them are going to dive it in to the pit lane this lap. Nope, both continue on, and then you have Tristan out there as well, who is still struggling quite a bit, and he's going to have Justin coming all over the back soon. And Justin's going to try and make a simple move, an easy pass with the DRS. He doesn't want to lose any time with battling with Tristan as we make our way down towards turn number 1 now.
Yeah, absolutely. As Justin all over the back of Tristan here. Cam Rules retiring from the session. Looks like a DNF in the middle sector for Cam Rules, and the fact is that AI is still moving on track, so I hope that's not a reset on a retirement on track there from Cam Rules. But Justin getting through on Tristan here, using a bit of EIS to try and defend that position, as well as Cam K gets ahead of Specialist, who's had a bit of a moment there. Virtual safety car has been deployed, and this is actually perfect for Cam K Mum.
Yeah, absolutely, and I believe Specialist got some damage. Specialist has got some damage to that. Could be the reason why, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see him diving it. Well, he would have dived into the pit lane, but I think, he's going to be diving into the pit lane to surely repair that. So will Cam K Mum as well, just to have a tyre change. But yeah, Specialist getting some damage there, so it's going to be a bit of an extra long stop for him.
Yeah, absolutely, and that will release Justin now into the race lead. He should still have the race lead. Of course, Cam K and Specialist getting the benefit of a pit stop phase where it's all slowed down. The race has been neutralised, and Cam K is going to come out of the pit lane, almost into the wall actually on the pit lane exit, and Jordan gets a drive through for speeding under virtual safety car, so a hard break for him. But Cam K has come out just behind Ali B here.
Yep, he has indeed then. A make their way through turn number 3 and down towards 4 do the drivers currently battling for second position this train. For second, Specialist, of course, coming out on the soft, so he's going to try and close down the gap on the drivers in front of him. Then you also have Ramit, who has had Tristan rejoin the road in front of him there, so he's going to try and make a move as well. And it's now 1.5 seconds, so let's see if Axelot can do anything to try and get inside the 1 second of Justin.
Yeah, Justin once again doing a fantastic job here of just holding that gap, maintaining that lead that he does have right now. And of course it was all gained from the pit stop phase. Of course, Justin going for the undercut, and it's worked to absolute perfection for him as he is in the race lead and 1.5 seconds clear of Axlock, who doesn't appear to be closing in at all.
Absolutely doesn't appear to be closing in at all at this stage right now. So Justin performing absolutely fantastically as we are on lap number 15 out of 30 as we go down once again to through turn number 4 down towards 5 and 6 as well then. And these guys not being able to do anything about Justin. Still the gap staying pretty much the same now, and Specialist also trying to gain on Orm, and then you do have Lawrence and Jordan, who are also inside the second of each other, as Lawrence tries to make a move on Jordan as well right now. As onto lap number 60 we go with Justin as they all come over the line. One more pit stop to go, and if Axelot isn't able to gain on it, he's going to have to try do something with the strategy then.
Yeah, and we saw how good the pit stop, the undercut worked for Justin in this race, and I think that's going to be going through Axelot's mind right now.
It is indeed, and here we go. That's Ali B trying to get past Cam Kimum. This is Lukey trying to get past Miami. He's going to try go on late on the brakes on the inside line. Tiny bit of contact between the two of them. Lukey's just about going to keep it in a straight line. So will Miami, and they're still, and both of them are still in the same order, third and fourth.
Yep, as Miami able to hold on ahead of Lukey, but Lukey's starting to poke, starting to prod for this final podium position, and this will be a great result for Lukey after obviously doing recovery drive after recovery drive as of late, and so far no recovery drives needed from the Ferrari.
No, right now no recovery drive required at this stage into turn 1, and I think we're going to get some action maybe from 3rd, 4th and 5th and 6th all battling, and possibly the two Hasses about to go wheel to wheel, and that's going to be Redmat allowing Cam Kimum through. So some good teamwork play by the two Hasses there, as Cam Kimum, fresher tyres, 3 laps for Cam Kimum, 7 laps for Redmat. So Redmat knows that it's better to allow Cam Kimum to go on the attack and try and make the overtakes, as he's trying one on Lukey right now.
Yep, Cam K looking to get through on Lukey up ahead as we come into the heart of the middle sector. Now a little look down the inside in towards turn number 6. Not going to be able to get that move done, but Cam K really putting the pressure on Lukey now for that P5 spot. Sorry, P4 spot.
Yeah, definitely is starting to apply some pressure as well now, as they will all make their way through then over the line to begin lap number 18. So we've still got some battling, as Miami is staying inside the 1 second of Axelot, but not close enough to make any sort of moves every single lap as well. So he's just following at this stage, but the action's coming with Cam Kimum still trying to get past Lukey. He'll go to the outside line and he'll try and outbrake his rival. Lukey will be late on the brakes, and Lukey will hold the position, and Cam Kimum is going to be shoved all the way off the road. Redmat is going to take the position on his teammate, but I wouldn't be surprised if he lets his teammate back through. Instead, he might actually try to get past Lukey here.
Yeah, as he tries to go all the way around the outside in turn 4 as Redmat. Is he going to be able to get his move done? And they're still wheel to wheel, they're still side by side. Redmat and Lukey, of course, another driver that has been plagued by bad luck this season is Lukey. and he has the pace to be up there as well consistently, but loses out to Redman here. Falls down the order even more. P5 for Lukey right now as Redman moves himself up into P4.
Yeah. Indeed then, as we once again go down towards turn number 1 and wait to see. Redman's gone through. Can Kamkimam try follow? And then maybe the Hasses will try do the switch around once again. But one Hass has gone through. Here comes the other one now. Using the ERS should be a bit of an easier pass where the overspeed he's got down to the braking zone. And the Ferrari has been passed. Through goes Kamkimam up to P5.
Yep. The Ferrari falling down the order here tonight. Heartbreak for him, but as long as he can stay within this DRS train, he always has a chance of a podium finisher.
Indeed, anything is definitely possible. So who knows? Anything can happen then as we will make our way down towards turn number 9 with these drivers currently contending second place. Justin though 2 seconds clear, so he's gained a couple of tenths there and is just looking good right now for Justin this race so far. And still though, we're gonna have a pit stop to he'll have a pit stop to contend with, so anything can happen during that.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, for these guys that are battling for what is effectively a net P2 in this race, they need to not battle so much and just try and get their heads down and get as many positions as possible. Smooth and smart.
Yep, indeed. As well as currently so far, it just seems like we're in a bit of a waiting phase till we get to those second and final pit stops that will come in then. And when they do come in, we will probably get a bit of a shaken up order, maybe even someone on the back. Oh, Justin, and then it could be a bit of a sprint to the end. We've had a battle in every single main race that we've had this season for the lead at the end of it. And Axelock from second position has picked up a 3-second time penalty, and that's going to be crucial. If the race finished like this, he'll be losing many positions with a train of cars behind.
Yeah, not ideal for Axelock today. As mentioned, picking up that penalty, not ideal for him whatsoever. He did have Miami all over the back of him as well for company, but he's not really. Well, I'm not gonna lie, that's my train of thought. As
Wow.
Miami down the inside of Kamke down the inside of Miami, and not able to get that move done. As Miami able to hold on for the final podium position. What I was going to say though was Axelock not really closing in on Jordan, and Miami probably thinks, look, I've just been sitting right behind you. Maybe it's time for me to have a little crack to see if I can close in on Justin. But that's not going to help. That's not going to help at all. 3-second time penalty for Miami now.
Yeah, so Miami picks up a 3-second time penalty. Everything that seems to be happening. Into the pit lane comes Ali B after a stint on the soft compound of tyres. And Kamkimam was almost careering into the back of Miami. He has gone wide. He's gone off the road. And that's not what he wants. Change for second position in the race. The two drivers with penalties, both battling over the position.
Axelock.
And that's a late lunge from Axelock, who does the dummy, was on the outside, then switches back on the inside to try and make the move, but he's lost a lot of time with that. And here comes Kamkimam.
Yeah, that was not an ideal situation there for Axelock. Tried to go back for the move down the inside in towards turn number 3, but loses out and gets overtaken by Kamkimam with a fantastic switchback there for that final podium position.
Indeed, great stuff by him there, trying to retake the position as was Axelock, but Kamkimam being able to keep ahead there. And once again, the race starting to become a tiny bit more exciting after a little bit of a lull period, but now it's starting to come back to life with drivers making overtakes with pit stops starting to happen as Ali B's gone onto the set of medium compound off tyres. Let's see who's going to start to join him, as Lawrence is going to try also make a move on Jordan. That's much more further back in the field. We'll look back though to some of the higher positions, and Lukey has dropped outside the 1 second, so not going his way, and he'll hope after the pit stops that maybe he can get in this battle a tiny bit more as Ali B gets his way past Tristan. We're making our way down the straight once again towards turn number 4. Let's see if Cam Kimon can try get past into second position. You can see he's gaining, but it would be a huge late lunge, a huge late lunge and a risk to try and get past into turn 4 with how far back he was. But he's got much more closer, and these guys, nothing to separate the battle currently from second, going down all the way to 5th, and they're not being able to get onto the back of Justin yet. But as I mentioned, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see someone diving it in soon to try the undercut attempt and try bring the fight and take the fight to Justin, because currently on pace it seems like Justin does have the advantage over them. But then when however, then if you're able to get with him and use the DRS, because how powerful the DRS is, even if you're a tiny bit slower than him, you'll be able to keep up, you'll be able to battle. So it's just going to be about getting inside the DRS. So someone with an undercut could possibly try bring themselves into play as here comes Cam Kimon.
Yeah, and that's another thing as well. Obviously, Justin has been able to just do his own race at the front. He is gaining little bits of time here and there. So, I mean, his pace is not exponentially better than the rest of the fields. It's the fact that everyone in the rest of the field battling with each other, and obviously not having DRS on Justin is just allowing Justin to just hold that time, hold that gap, and control this race. And it's an absolutely incredible race from Justin here tonight. Obviously won the sprint race and is on course right now to be collecting a race win here in the future.
Definitely is as well then, and into the pit lane comes Red Matt as well. So Red Matt decides to dive it in, so he's the first one to bounce in this little train. Ali everyone did as well, but diving in, and Slukey's also joined in as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and smart call from Red Matt in my opinion, because of course now he should be able to use those soft tires with good effect now and try to close in the gap as much as possible before these guys pit, and then maybe, just maybe, he'll get himself back within range of Justin, and this will be a tough one to a bit of pill to swallow for Axlock, who of course has that 3-second time penalty. He's in this battle right now with Miami and Kamke, and right now it's looking fantastic for the Haas team.
Definitely is looking good for them as well. And we see dive it into the pit lane, followed by Miami, followed by Cam Kimon, followed by Axelok as well. And now it's all right if they can get it slowed down for the pit lane. I'm sure none of them want to pick up a penalty, and it seems like they all can then, as they make their way into the pit lane. Onto the softs goes Justin, and they'll be making their way now out back onto the circuit.
Let's see if Red Matt is done enough to get back within that 1 second window of Justin as they come down in towards turn number 1 now. Red Matt gets through on Ali B, and look at this gap. He is within 1 second, so the undercut has worked to perfection for Red Matt. He's right on the rear wing of Justin now. We have a battle for the race lead on.
Yeah, we do as well, and here we go. This is exactly what we're, of course, telling of if he could try get the undercut, he could get inside the 1 second and completely change the game as well. And you can see he's using a bit of VRS, so can he even go for the lead on the inside line? Thinks about it, late on the brakes, but now he's in the game, now he's in the battle, and it's definitely going to be crucial as Ali B has dropped down the order. So what happened to him there?
Ali B dropping down the order, not quite sure what happened to him, but Ali B losing out there. Axlock now currently in 6th place. This is an interesting thing for Axlock in this race. Of course, majority of his challengers are behind him. Lukey is just ahead of him. Obviously, Lukey, I believe, P6 in the championship, if I remember correctly.
Damage.
Lukey's got damage.
Yeah, sorry, Ali B picked up. Ali B picked up damage, sorry. So Ali B picked up damage, so that's why he's diving in, and he's also retiring with that.
Absolute heartbreak there for Andy B. But yeah, Axlock right now obviously gaining points on Rameth, who is the closest challenger he has here tonight, but losing points as it currently stands to Redmat, who is currently 28 points behind of Axlock in this championship battle. But Lukey right now trying to get himself ahead of Camke, man, which will obviously help Lukey close in a few extra points on Axlock as well.
Indeed, then, as we make our way all the way down towards turn 9 with the two leaders, with Justin being chased by Redmat. Can Justin hold on to take the victory on what has been a fabulous day for him so far? Sprint victory, and then he's been in contention all the way throughout today, but can Redmat try to take it away? He won't make the move into turn 1 because he knows that the DRS is coming down towards turn 3 and towards turn 4.
Yeah, and we're going to see if Redmat's going to be able to make this move. He has got the DRS wide open, closing up in towards turn number 3. Has a little peek down the inside, but doesn't want to commit to it. Wants to wait for this straight by here as Quinn retires from the session. And that looks to be a horrible incident for Quinn. Looks like he's got a little bit onto the curbs through turn 8, and it's absolutely chewed him up and spat him out into the wall. Lap 28 of 36. Justin just about holding on to the race lead. Redmat well in this fight now. And then we got the battle for the podium, which is currently held by Camke, man. Camke 3 seconds off the back of the leaders, and of course doesn't have a penalty. Meanwhile, Axlock and Miami both have time penalties. Lukey also has a time penalty. And yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a bit of a long one here for Axlock and Miami with that time penalty, because they will drop back behind Lukey as Axlock's going to go for the move on Camcape, man. So Axlock now starting to try and get himself in a position where he can maybe get away from the likes of these guys in terms of his time penalty accumulation. But Camcape going to come right back at Axlock here, side by side through turn 3, and all about traction on the exit. Axlock did get the traction and also has the DRS, so Axlock should have enough to hold on to P3 for the time being. But this is where things are going to get interesting now, aren't we?
Yep, they definitely will. It's going to get incredibly interesting between all of these drivers in the battle for first, in the battle also for third, being led by Axlock though, who does have a penalty. So it'll be Lukey and Camkimon really the two drivers, unless Axlock and unless Axlock and Miami can get the penalties. Remember, it will be Lukey and Camkimon who will really be debating the position, but they've both got Miami in the middle of them as they come over the line to begin lap number 30. We're going to the final stages of this race. Justin's in the lead, being chased by Redman. The question remains, can he hold on, and what is going to happen in the battle for third position as well, as they all push on then down the straight. And here comes Cam Kimam. He manages to get past Axlock, who will be late on the brakes and will try to fight back.
Yeah, Axlock, who late on the brakes, does fight back and does retake that position, and will have DRS down towards turn number 4. And Cam came up now, probably getting a little bit frustrated with Axlock.
He is, and he used a lot of ERS there to come charging back down the outside. Ramage picks up a penalty, but yeah, nothing doing there for Cam Kimam, unfortunately for him. And instead, we're going to go side by side as Lukey tries to get past Miami, but he backs out of it and thinks better of it. But Cam Kimam surely is going to probably want to try and make the move back on this lap with the DRS. The Stuston picks up a 3-second time penalty, but Axlock right now being able to take the position in third. And look at Justin, he's almost outside the 1 second. Redman's got to use a bit of ERS on this straight to make sure that he can get back onto the back of Justin. He's got DRS on these two straights, but he almost came into these 3 straights with not having it.
Yeah, Redman needs to keep his concentration now if he wants any overtaking this race win. Cannot allow himself to fall outside that DRS range. One person though who could be on for a very good result here is Specialist. 2.4 seconds off the back of Lukey. Remember, both Miami and Axlock will have 3-second time penalties. So right now, if Axlock and Camke continue to fight and slow each other up, and Miami's going to get held up in this as well, it's just going to allow Specialists get the jump on the pair of Axlock and Miami with the penalty that they have.
Yep, absolutely, definitely will, as well then as they now make their way down towards turn number 9, do Kamki, Mum and Axelock. But look at Redmat, he's dropped outside the 1 second and he doesn't even have DRS on this straight, so he's going to use all of his DRS up to try get inside the 1 second.
Yeah, but he's been covered by Justin, so again he's not going to have DRS ending up in towards turn number 3. And that is heartbreak for Redmat, but does look like that's probably going to be it's probably going to be game over now for him, because unless Justin picks himself up a 3-second timeout, which he doesn't look like he's going to do, it's going to be a race where Redmat will wish he went for the move a few laps earlier.
Yeah, definitely. It could be one that he does wish, because it's now 1.9 seconds and it does seem like it is going to be Justin's day. But still, the battle for third is going to be the one now that we'll mainly look forward to, because the battle for the lead has been sorted out. And Redmat's got to be careful that he doesn't lose his concentration up too much, because you still, if he fully falls half asleep, then who knows, you could have Axelock and Cam Kimoma start putting a bit of pressure on and gaining as a train on Redmat as well, because Redmat's losing plenty of time now to Justin.
Yep, the gap 3.7 seconds between Axlock and Redmat here. We'll keep an eye on that, see if it does close down over the next couple of laps. And my god, turn 1 alone, Axlock picks up 2 tenths on Redmat.
Absolutely then, as we make our way down to turn number 3 and towards turn 4, as Lawrence has been given a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
Yep, fantastic driving from everyone that has yet to get a single penalty, because it's difficult to go around and not get penalties, as we got a retirement from Lawrence in the pit lane, retires from the session here, and will join Quinn, Ali B and Cam Rules in the non-finisher bracket of Austria. And hey, I'm just going to say right now, an incredible drive from both Cam Kimum and Lukey and Specialist right now. All of them keeping it penalty free, and all of them are going to reap the benefits of it, because right now Axlock and and Miami have 3-second time penalties, which will drop them down to P6 and P7 respectively, which will also be a good little point total for Redmat on Axlock in the championship.
Yeah, Axelock has also left the session, and now he's getting absolutely mugged. Cam Kimum's going to get through, and that's disappointment for Axelock, as Miami gets through, and Lukey will surely follow through as well.
Yeah, and that's going to be a heartbreak for Axlock, and the internet disconnecting him. Not what you want to see, as his car's just going to plummet down the order now.
Yeah, never what you want to see as well, and he's going to be passed by so many different drivers as well. And I didn't mention about Redmat losing time. It's now 2 seconds, so he's losing quite a lot of time. He's going to have his teammate approaching soon.
Axlock's AI is pitting him.
Oh, that's a huge disappointment for him.
Heartbreak for the Red Bull driver is AI has decided he needs to pit, and they didn't even put soft tyres on, they put on medium, so he can't even really go for fastest lap.
Oh, that is absolutely terrible and classic game stuff there, as well, as we make our way down towards turn number 4, and Axelock will make his way onto his AI will make his way back onto the circuit on 16-lap old medium compound tyres. Disappointing for him, but it's been an incredible day for Justin, who is going to be making his way onto the final lap of this race.
Yeah, Justin absolutely controlled this pace from the first pit stop phase, when of course he came in on the undercut, got the gap, pulled clear, and just stayed clear for the rest of the race. Redmat was able to give him a bit of a challenge, but once Justin got a DRS range against Redmat, Renmat has just fallen away, and he's already been caught by Cam K Mum now.
Yeah, absolutely. He has been caught by Cam K Mum. And here we go. Lukey is going to try also get past Miami. He's gaining quite a lot. Make a move on this last lap.
And big snap there from Miami. I think Lukey's just happy to take that P5 on just on the time penalty. So Lukey going to be picking up P4 here in this race. Final lap of the race, as you mentioned, and we are going to stay on board with the man who is leading this race in ERT, Justin. Remember, coming into tonight, Justin was all the way down in 17th place on 8 points, and he is going to be taking home a huge amount of points because here he comes across the line. It's ERT Justin, a fantastic victory in both sprint and feature race, as it's going to be a double Haas podium. Redmat ahead of Cam K. In the end, Lukey will go ahead of Miami, as will Specialist, as Miami drops down to P6 in the end with that time penalty. Then of course Donut is currently in P7 as he's going to cross the line now, and then of course we'll have Brenner and Tristan who will be the next two to cross the line, and then of course we'll have Jordan Lanes at the back, and Jordan will jump ahead of Tristan due to his time penalties, but will not jump ahead of Brenner with his time penalties. So it's interesting. Interesting way it's going to shake up the championship. I think Haas have definitely taken the lead in the constructors. As we wait for the podium celebrations now. What a drive that was from ERT Justin. Incredible drive from him. A well-deserved race win. And honestly, absolute heroic drive. A mature drive. A champion's drive from the man who came into tonight on 8 points down in 17th place.
Yep, absolutely. As well there, and very big disappointment though for Axlock. You've got a feel for him there at the end.
Yeah, you absolutely do, but the unfortunate thing for Axlock is he probably would have finished where he finished anyway due to the time penalty. But let's run you through the order one more time, guys. And it is Justin who takes the race victory ahead of Redmat in second place. It's a double Haas podium with Cam K completing that final spot on the podium. Big for them in the Constructors' Championship. Lukey finishing P4, which of course Waitsy will be very happy about as he is over in Malta at the moment. Specialist in P5 with Miami in P6, Donna in P7, Axlock in P8, Brenner in P9 with Jordan Lanes running at the top 10. 11th place goes to Tristan and with the fastest lap, as well as Ramif comes home in P12. Now non-finishers were Lawrence, Quinn, Ali B and Cam Rules. So that does bring an end to what has been fantastic Austrian Grand Prix. But I am going to press you now for your driver of the day.
Well, I'm going to give mine to Justin. Going to get that quickly out of the way before you can get that one. So yeah, Justin, I'm going to ask him, were you expecting that you would be taking the victory of the sprint and the feature race? Were you expecting to be taking victory in both of them? Have you been given a bit of a confidence boost after this race?
Absolutely, and of course, well, that's a great question. I am very interested to see how he's going to respond to that. Who can I give driver of the day to now? You know what? I am going to give driver of the day, for me, I'm going to give my driver of the day to Cam K Man, because I don't really see Cam K Man on the podium very often, but I want to give it to Cam K Man. And my question to Cam K, you was right in the thick of all the action here tonight in Austria, obviously battling with Miami, with your teammate as well as Axlock Is this something you're going to be pushing to do more often as we go throughout the season? Because of course, it has been a while since you have been on a podium here in One Hub. So that would be my question to Cam K. And in fact, it hasn't been a while. It was literally 2 races ago. But there we go, guys. There we go. And before we go ahead and wrap things up for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap things up, let's go ahead and let's do our traditional thank you to our sponsors at Next Level Racing, at Aztec, at Pure Sim Gear, and of course to our partners at Vespa Twin, of course to the Elite Racing Team, ERT, and of course Sim Grid. And before we actually head out, Omi, let's see what circuit we have next on the calendar. As round number 7, we go to the Temple of Speed as we head to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. So a very different track to the one that we went racing at here tonight, but an iconic track, a track where straight line speed is key, but also a track where it is so easy to lose on traction out of those chicanes. I mean, what are your thoughts on Monza?
Monza, a really challenging circuit for the drivers as well. Hard braking zones, but plenty of overtaking opportunities as well. So I think we're going to be in for some fantastic action.
Absolutely, I could not agree more with that. We'll see Monza next week. Then, of course, I believe we got a break week, and then, of course, we'll be back then for Mexico at round number 8, and then, of course, we'll have Saudi Arabian Grand Prix round number 9, and then I believe there'll be another break in between 9 and 10 as the round number 10 Azerbaijan Grand Prix, another sprint race event will be on the 7th of April. Then of course we'll have the 14th of April, round number 11 at Canada, and the season finale with a sprint race, round number 12 at Abu Dhabi on the 21st of April. But that, guys, is what's to come. Round number 7 is what's going to happen next week, and for me, I am very much looking forward to it. But do you have any final words before we wrap things up here tonight?
Well, make sure you join us next week, but of course go over now to P1 as they get their racing underway with Jess and Max as well. So make sure you join both of those two as they, of course, will be finishing their sprint and moving over to the main race.
Yep, absolutely. Make sure you jump on over to the action in P1. But from myself, Michael Edwards, and from Omicoms, we'll catch you next week for round number 7 at the Italian Grand Prix. Until then, guys, it's goodbye from us. Goodbye.